You ever have one of those days? You know the feeling, right? You're just slammed from the second you wake up until you crash. You're bouncing between tasks, putting out fires, answering notifications. But when the day is done, you look back and think, what did I actually get done? You were busy for sure, but were you productive? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to escape that trap.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the problem itself, the modern busyness trap. Then, we're going to build a system to get your time back. It's built on 3 pillars. Strategy, which is all about figuring out what really matters. Then techniques, the actual methods to get it all done. And finally, the tools you can use to make it all happen.
All right, so what exactly is this trap that so many of us fall into? It's this culture of, performative busyness. It's where looking constantly swamped is somehow seen as a badge of honor. But the truth is, that kind of work habit, it doesn't lead to excellence. It actually just leads straight to mediocrity.
Author Cal Newport absolutely nails it with this quote. He calls this kind of stuff shallow work. And just think about your day. Clearing your inbox, jumping on every group chat notification, sitting in meetings that could have been an email. These things make you feel busy, but like Newport says, they don't create anything new, and honestly, just about anyone could do them. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got busyness. It's all about reacting, being pulled in a million directions by everyone else's demands. But on the right, that's real productivity, or what Newport calls deep work. This is where the magic happens, where you're totally focused, creating something valuable, and actually getting better at what you do. Our whole goal here is to move our time from that left column over to the right. So the big question is, how do we make that shift? And I'll tell you, the answer isn't some magic app or one single productivity hack. No. It's about building a solid personal system that puts you back in the driver's seat, moving you from that feeling of chaos to a state of real control. A really effective system is built on these 3 simple but super powerful pillars. First up is strategy. That's your why. It's where you decide what's actually important. Second, we have techniques. That's the how. These are the specific methods you'll use to execute your plan. And third, the tools. That's your what, the tech you use to support the whole thing. Get these 3 working together, and you've got an amazing framework for productivity.
So let's start with that first pillar, strategy. This is where you have to get brutally honest with yourself. It's about focusing only on the things that are going to deliver the biggest results. It's all about, and I mean this, ruthless prioritization.
You've probably heard of this before, the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, and it's so powerful. It basically says that about 80% of your results will come from just 20% of your efforts. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to figure out what your critical 20% is, and then guard the time to work on it with your life. Okay, so how do you find that 20%? Well, one of the most powerful tools out there is the Eisenhower Matrix. It was actually developed by President Dwight Eisenhower. I mean, talk about a guy who had a lot on his plate. He used this framework to sort through constant, high-stakes decisions using just 2 simple criteria. Is it important, and is it urgent? And here's exactly how it works. You take a task. If it's both important and urgent, you do it right now, no question. Now, if it's important but not urgent, and this quadrant right here is the gold mine, this is where deep work lives, you decide when you're going to do it and schedule it. If it's urgent but not important, think of all those interruptions, you find a way to delegate it. And finally, if it's not important and not urgent, you just delete it, get it off your plate. This matrix gives you instant clarity. All right, so we've got our strategy, we know what to work on, now we get to the how. The second pillar, techniques, gives us some real actionable methods we can use to structure our day and actually put that strategy into practice. Okay, here's a classic, and it's popular for a reason, the Pomodoro technique. It is so simple. You work in these super focused 25-minute sprints with absolutely 0 interruptions. Then you take a quick 5-minute break. This little trick trains your brain to concentrate like a laser, and it stops you from burning out because rest is built right into the system. Now, for anyone who wants a more, comprehensive system, there's David Allen's Getting Things Done, or GTD. It's basically a 5-step process to get all those tasks and ideas out of your head and into a system you can trust. You capture everything, clarify it, organize it, reflect on it, and then you just do the work. Here's another technique I love, time blocking. This is a real game changer. Instead of just working off a to-do list, you actually schedule every minute of your day just like you see here.
You give every minute a job. This way, you're not just hoping you get to your important work. You're making a concrete plan for it, which makes it so much harder for distractions to throw you off course.
Okay, on to our third and final pillar, tools. Once you have your strategy and you've picked your techniques, the right technology can be like the scaffolding that holds your whole system together. It can automate things and just make your life a whole lot easier.
Most of the tools out there fall into one of three big buckets. You've got your time trackers, which are great for figuring out where your time is actually going. Then you have project and task planners to help you organize everything. And then there are focus improvement apps, which are designed to, well, block distractions so you can actually concentrate.
But let's be real. You open the App Store and, whoa, there are literally thousands of options. It's totally overwhelming. So how in the world do you find the one that's going to genuinely help you, instead of becoming just another distraction you have to manage?
Okay, listen. Here is the most important rule of all. The best tool is the one you will actually use. It's that simple. So start with your strategy first. What problem are you really trying to solve? Is it planning? Is it focus? Then pick a tool that supports the technique you want to use. If you love Pomodoro, just get a simple timer app. If you're into time blocking, your digital calendar is perfect. Don't let yourself get distracted by a million flashy features you'll never, ever use.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which strategy, technique, or tool you pick. The goal is always the same. As the productivity master David Allen says, your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. A good system does the holding for you, freeing up all that mental space for the stuff that really matters, being creative, solving hard problems, and doing that deep thinking.
So to wrap this all up, I'm going to leave you with a question. It's inspired by a technique called Eat That Frog. The idea is that you should tackle your biggest, ugliest, most important task first thing in the morning. So as you look at your schedule for tomorrow, what is that one frog, that single most important task that you will commit to crushing first thing? Because making that one decision can literally change the entire course of your day.